Within the body of that ad was a $50,000 challenge for anyone that could show the law. And to me, $50,000 is a lot of money. So I went after that and did the research based on the fact that I thought, let's put this baby to bed. I'm hearing all these rumors, I'm going to kill two birds with one stone. I'll answer these people's questions that are asking me, and then I'll win this $50,000. And, based on the research that I did throughout the year 2000 and that I'm still doing, I have not found that law. I've asked Congress, we've asked a lot of people in the IRS commissioners, helpers. They can't answer, because if they answer, the American people are going to know that this whole thing is a fraud.
In addition to that irrefutable fact, you must understand that it is not your fault for not being able to...
No matter what kind of video creator you are, copyright directly impacts the videos you make and the way you use YouTube. Today, millions of people around the world upload their own videos to YouTube. They document world events, create home movies, and make their own independent films. And sometimes, even though it's against our rules, fans pay tribute to a new hit song they love, or their favorite movie or TV show, by uploading videos to YouTube that use content created by others. So how can copyright holders identify these uses of their content on YouTube, control them, and even take advantage of these new forms of user distribution? The answer is Content ID, a system we've built that gives copyright holders choices about whether and how their content is shown on YouTube. Here's how it works. Copyright holders give us copies of their audio recordings and videos that they want us to look for on YouTube. We call these copies reference files and put these files in a database. This database contains over 3 million files, from pop songs to full-length movies. Every time you upload a video to YouTube, we quickly compare it against every reference file in our entire database, looking for a match. Content ID can identify audio matches, video matches, partial matches, and can even identify a match when one video's quality is worse than the other. Each time Content ID finds a match, we do what the copyright holder asks us to do with that video. Either block it, leave it up, or even start making money from it. With over 24 hours of video uploaded to YouTube every minute, Content ID works around the clock and scans over 100 years of video every day. It's like 36,000 people staring, without blinking, at 36,000 monitors, all day, every day. Now, copyright management is easy and accessible for everyone. Artists can let fans reuse their content, and fans can create promotional and business opportunities for their favorite artists, making Content ID a true win-win that enables new forms of creativity and collaboration around the world. You can learn more about Content ID by going to youtube.com/t/contentid.
In addition to that irrefutable fact, you must understand that it is not your fault for not being able to always catch up with your rent, mortgage, bills, car notes, food, clothes, your cost of living, or anything you work hard for just to maintain a decent lifestyle. The purpose of all these things that are superficially commercialized in TV commercials, billboards, and just about everything in advertising is to condition your mind to become a consumer, spend your money, and keep you in debt. That is what this is all about. For society to become a consumer of the most elaborate rip-off credit card companies, charging you interest with every purchase you make, all to intentionally keep you behind your monthly payments, in addition to the outrageous hidden fees that are added, enslaving Americans to always remain trapped into debt forever. This has been the primary goal ever since the monetary system of credit was created. So to further understand this matter in greater detail, one must first come to realize that a bank is not your friend, and I say that on a personal level. Every major bank institution and corporation is all about one thing, and that is profit. At face value, the average person would say that's obvious enough for anyone to see. But if you were to do your own research about things like free energy, such as water and electric running vehicles, solar, tidal, and wind power, just to name a few, you will then come to discover that we have more than enough natural resources and good, honest scientists and engineers to create clean, efficient, infinite energy, whether it be to fuel our own cars or to power our homes without ever having to reach our wallets to pay for it ever again. But the problem is that since this poses a major threat to the wide array of money-hungry corporations, this free energy is not able to generate a dime for the global elites. So it is then banned from the commercial industry, oblivious to the toxic waste in the air we breathe, to eliminate the block of profiting from their corporations. All just to stay on top and make sure that nothing never gets in the way of their cash flow. This reality alone separates what you have taken into account when you take a look back into everything you have learned prior to this point. But now that you have a more in-depth perception and understanding how and why our very own government is deceiving the masses with the intent to enslave society on a global scale, it is now time to unveil the secrecy of treason, step by step, in order for you to easily comprehend the reason why this has been happening all along.
A post-9/11 plan to improve security rules for driver's licenses. Finally, details were unveiled Friday, and it's going to mean big changes in the way we get and renew our most common form of ID.
One by one, second graders at the Bonita Country Day School flashed their best smiles. Not for school pictures, but for an ID card that hopefully will never get used.
Deadline for real ID, a requirement that Americans get a more secure driver's license if they want to use it to board planes.
Here's the question. You already provide a photo ID or passport when you travel. So why is the Transportation Security Administration demanding to obtain more private information about you before you can board any commercial airliner in the U.S.? Here are the facts. The TSA, acting in accordance with a congressional mandate, is imposing its so-called Secure Flight Program beginning this weekend. The program will require most people on domestic flights to provide their dates of birth and their gender as a part of this new screening process.
Well, anyway, we announced this. News stations around the country have picked up on this story, and each one is putting its own unique spin on it.
Talk show host Conan O'Brien may be about to push the envelope on late-night television.
Conan O'Brien may be able to push the envelope on late-night television.
Conan O'Brien may be about to push the envelope on late-night television.
Conan O'Brien may be about to push the envelope on late-night television. Conan O'Brien may be about to push the envelope on his late-night television.
Conan O'Brien may be about to push the envelope on late-night television.
Conan O'Brien may be about to push the envelope on late-night television.
Conan O'Brien may be about to push the envelope on late-night TV.
Conan O'Brien may be about to push the envelope on late-night television.
Conan O'Brien may be about to push the envelope on late-night television.
Conan O'Brien may be about to push the envelope once again on late-night TV.
Conan O'Brien may be about to push the envelope on late-night television.
Conan O'Brien is looking to push the envelope on late-night television.
Conan O'Brien may be about to push the envelope on late-night TV.
Conan O'Brien may be about to push the envelope on late-night television.
Conan O'Brien may be about to push the envelope on late-night television.
O'Brien may be about to push the envelope on late-night television.
Conan O'Brien may be preparing to push the late-night envelope. Talk show.
O'Brien may be about to push the envelope on late-night television.
The size of a grain of rice is injected under the skin and gives off a low-frequency radio wave. A scanner reads each chip's identification number. The next step, say researchers, is developing an implantable chip with a global positioning system to track people miles away.
The state has not at least begun the process of implementing this by May 2008. Then the driver's license from that state will no longer be accepted for federal identification purposes. And that's going to be inconvenient for people from that state. Now, many of them may use other IDs. They may use their passport or a federal pass card or some other document. But for those who want to use their driver's license to get on airplanes, they're going to have an incentive to make sure their state at least begins the process of working with us to meet this congressional mandate.
That's a pretty heavy hammer.
The government will make it seem as though the airlines and eventually the railroads and soon the toll takers on highways and city bus drivers and gas station attendants as well all want this information. Don't believe it. It is the government that wants this information. You see, the government, the federal government, is on a path to require a national ID card so it can invade our privacy and track our very movements.